All right. Well, the TLDR for today is Adrian from Wombat dropped a token on LaunchBAGZ. He was the first self-serve token drop on the platform. The LaunchBAGZ Telegram turned into an absolute freaking tornado last night, which was really, really fun. We got to learn a lot and see a lot of what's possible, what's going to go on. I think we're going to have a lot to talk about that today during the show. And of course, 11:30, halfway through the show today, the Wax first NFT mining drop is going to be going on. There's only 250, so get your ANON ready. I'll share the link out here in a couple of seconds, but that's going to be fun. And I think we'll get into some of the details too of that mining. And luckily, ANON is actually already here, which is freaking fantastic. So that anything else? Is there anything else that we should definitely make sure people know in this second?
No. I think that's just fine. You made an excellent recap of what's going on.
Excellent. Woohoo! I think we'll maybe spend the first little bit on the on the Fed thing. I went out and got some groceries. I was gonna make my wife dinner. I was sitting down and we were gonna have some dinner or whatever. And I just glanced at Telegram because, of course, I'm going to glance at Telegram. And it was just like 50,000 messages. I'm like, what the shit? What is happening? That was very exciting for me.
Cool.
Yeah, it was good. I think we're gonna have a lot to chat about for sure, about how all that stuff went down and what we learned, and some questions that it brought up. But what after exactly. So yeah, TC bought it. Okay, let's maybe start there. So TC bought a pile before it launched. Now, something interesting happened, and I didn't even know it was possible, but now I do. So if you brute force really want to use your own token contract on our platform, apparently right now you can do it. But if you do that, literally nothing else, a lot of other things, I shouldn't say nothing, a lot of other things don't work. Is that more or less? Is that kind of what happened, Juan? Or could you maybe explain that? Because
I don't know the details because I was out of the office today, the whole day, so I don't know exactly how it went wrong. But the thing is that the contract that Adrian used was not a LaunchBAGZ contract, and that's why nothing worked. I was chatting with him while he was configuring the drop, and he said, "Hey, dude, this is failing, and I was like, "What the fuck? I already tried everything." But he never told me that he was using a contract that wasn't a LaunchBAGZ contract. And then what happens is that if it's not a LaunchBAGZ contract, you cannot have the on transfer fee. You cannot have a lot of things that we need to identify that this is a LaunchBAGZ drop.
Right. So I think, that's going to be important for us to sort of square away and make sure we really understand how that works and kind of how we want that to happen. But is it also the case that if he him using his own contract is maybe why the toggle thing didn't work, as far as maybe he didn't even see that as part of the UX, as far as turning the trading on and off, because that's how TC got a bunch, right? Before there wasn't really an announcement or a time or whatever, the token got created, suddenly the pool's out there, and there's no toggle on off on whether it's tradable or not, and so he could just see it and grab it.
That's another thing, that the tradable toggle is something that works only with the LaunchBAGZ contracts. So I think that really went wrong for many reasons, but mainly because he didn't use a LaunchBAGZ contract.
Right. So is there a way for us to kind of force that to be the case?
Well, I think so. I don't know if Jose already fixed that. As I told you, I haven't been able to check any of that today. But that's something we will make sure that that people are using those contracts. And if they aren't, then we should have a proper message explaining that they cannot use these features.
Right. Well, and I think this actually brought up Juan and I've been talking about it a bunch this morning, and I think the two principles that came up that I think is can animate a lot of our conversation about this, that Juan brought up, and Juan, I really I think it's impossible for me to argue with these things generally, But we want to be for maximal freedom on the platform, and then also reducing friction as much as we possibly can. So, another thing that came up that I think was a misconception that I had, in my own brain, was that I thought we were going to have $500 minimum initial liquidity for everybody, just like as a minimum. I think we got our wires crossed a little bit about that, but we had a long conversation about it this morning. And basically, Adrian started with a little bit less. I don't even know how much liquidity he started with, but I noticed that it was less. I was like, wait a minute, what's going on here, right? And so it comes down to do we want to have that as a minimum, or do we want to have that as as an option, but then make sure that the rating system is done as quickly as we can get it up, and that there's warnings on it, right? Like anything that has low liquidity, we want people to basically like allowing for maximum freedom, but making sure that on the other side of that, we basically like make sure that our community knows exactly what's going on.
Yeah, saying that the rating system is ready or is not ready, I think it's too much to say, because the rating system, in my opinion, will be a living thing and should be evolving and being adjusted. But in this case, I think that we should allow people to create a token with less than $500 liquidity.
Okay.
But it should be very clearly stated on the website, and maybe even as you recommended on Wax on Edge. This is a shitcoin. This is really this doesn't have enough liquidity, and you should be aware and trade it at your own risk.
At your own risk. I mean, if you're TC, you're gonna snipe that shit anyway. Well, and like, because again, like, and this is the. I mean, Adrian kind of made the argument, right? Like, can you, start one with less liquidity and still have it be, lots of fun and freaking no Lambos and yada yada yada, right? So like that to me, really kind of showed me that this can be done in a way that is kind of entertaining, frankly, at the very least, right? And I don't like, as far as Adrian's concerned, like the Fed, I don't think is designed to be like an epic, freaking thing that he's going to spend a million years on or whatever. Like, it's a meme coin. There was a few people that wanted a straight up meme coin. Well, you got one. It's like, that's exactly what it is. And I think that's all that it's going to be, right? But he threw up some like raffles and some things over the course of the evening, and it was really fun. But yeah, it started with less liquidity, and nobody died, right? And so like it's possible to do it in a way that some small subset or some community is going to find entertaining. But for the people that are used to the kinds of drops that we've been doing, you want to let people know that. Granted, if you snipe these pools, with less liquidity and you get lucky, you could get luckier. But it's just a matter. I guess the other thing, that was kind of on my mind is that there's, in my head, the way I thought we had it organized, like the idea that minimum would maybe reduce the noise, and I've been thinking a lot about that since mentioning it this morning, right? Like the having that barrier to entry, I was thinking would sort of make it lean towards kind of more valuable projects and like people thinking about it a little bit more before launching their idea or what have you. But again, like the reducing the friction as much as possible, like as a principle that I agree with you on, right? Maybe that's just the point, right? And like the whole, like, there's lots of noise, but there's some value. Solana is exactly that, right? Like there's maybe 10 or 20 coins that we could mention. There's 600,000 tokens on Solana. 600,000. Like the noise to signal ratio is massive. And that just might be how things kind of percolate up to the point where you get the value, I guess.
Yeah, what I would like to see is something that at the end of the year, let's say it's December, it's 24 December, 23 December, and we're here, and you say, okay, this is a shit coin because it only has $50,000 of locked liquidity. That's where I want this to go. So let's bring all the noise, and then let's start filtering. Let's start making sure that we are really only into tokens that make sense and that are a good investment. But right now I think the ecosystem has to grow, and for that we need anything to be possible.
That's you convinced me this morning. Like that makes sense. And again, like as long as we get those community protection things up, so we give them
Yes.
as much information as we possibly can. And again, in a scaled way. You're not going to get I totally agree. The rating system is going to be a kind of a living document or whatever, but just on this one particular thing, making sure that people understand like this is a low liquidity or exactly what the liquidity is or whatever. In the same way that there's a couple spots on the site where you mentioned the transaction fee, right? So like if you're doing the swap or if you're doing whatever, like that's one of the things that was so awesome about Solana. Like when I tried to trade CWIF for the first time, it's got a 4% burn on it. It came right up in the Phantom wallet, like, hey, just so you know, like this is happening, right? The other thing I noticed is that there was one spot when that it actually calculates it. When I was setting up the farm for Lithium and Wiener, it calculates it for you.
Yes,
which is like
that happens on a NFT blocks. I think if you use the swap widget, it will be calculated for you. If you are creating a farm, it will be calculated. If you go to NFT blocks and you want to transfer, it will also be calculated for you. So we are trying to include that in all of our products. But still, the WAX ecosystem is wider, and I think I would love to see other people including these kind of calculations as well, so that it makes life easier for any token holders.
Yeah, makes sense. All right, that's fun. So yeah, a couple more minutes on this. We can talk about this after too, because I think there's going to be tons to talk about. And again, like anybody that was there last night, feel free to comment, whatever. Like it was nuts. I know. I think Red got a bunch of the NFTs. I know TC, managed to get an idiotic amount of the supply. Bringing back some early meme coin vibes. Yeah. So how do you purchase a coin before it launches? So basically, Adrian hadn't announced that it had launched yet, but because he used his own token contract instead of ours, the toggle that we have, right? Like we have it basically set automatically when you launch something on the platform right now, the way you're supposed to, Adrian. It automatically defaults to you can't trade it right now. Like you actively have to go in and go, now you can trade it, right? But if you jury rig it with your own token contract, that doesn't work, right? So when he was running through making all that stuff, the pool actually showed up right away. And then of course TC, the fucking sniper, who I don't think sleeps and watches all these things 24 hours a day, managed to just like go in and snag some. So that's why that happened. We were talking about that a little bit earlier in the show. I think
TC is a bot, Now I seriously doubt he's a real person. He must be a bot because honestly, he's sniping every pool that appears on WAX.
I would sign off on him being a highly intelligent AI. He's like not only a sweetheart, but is like insanely capable and sees everything and knows everything. Anyway, that's how that happened, and we're I think we want to look at that and sort of make sure that is not possible, so people sort of don't do that. But you have to work really hard and know exactly what you're doing to fuck up that bad. Which is sort of, like people just setting things up on the platform are not going to run into that problem. TC apparently posted the flaw before it all launched, so that's nice. He was doing his best. So people can create on your platform, but not with your contract. Apparently that's the case, but not for long.
I don't think that was the case. I don't know if it's possible now, but
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, leave it to Adrian to both be first and find something that we didn't expect to be possible being possible. So
he used the path that we didn't expected anybody to try, at least not on the first day. But that's that's how things work.
Sometimes when you're creating new stuff gets crazy. All right. So I definitely, again, like anybody that has any questions about that, by all means, ask. I think we'll get into that. But I want to spend some time on ANON and the ANON season 1 mining before it drops, and it drops in 15 minutes. I think I had the link up to that. Let me
drop in 15 minutes. You're right.
Nope. Go to ANON channel. All right. So here we go.
What's the drop link? Maybe you should
Yeah, I'm
share
doing
the
that
drop
right.
link
That's
with
what I was.
everybody.
That's why I went quiet. I was looking for it. Found it. By the way, Twitter's back working again. Some of you are watching on there. If you can retweet, share, like, do all the things, that'd be fantastic. So, link is now in the comments for the drop on Nifty. I just go in. I'll just kind of run through the details on it. Yeah, Bitcoin definitely the Wild West potential for early insider trading. I mean, I don't know, like insider trading. You want to watch all the wallets anyway, and that's something that I think we're going to end up having to look at some things like that for the rating system at some point, because I know that's an issue that people watch really closely as far as like sort of the number of wallets that are holding it, or potential insider wallets that are holding some of these things or whatever. So like I think it's definitely a
Yes.
good thing, but really like the whole idea that it's going to be as permissionless as we can make it, then a lot of this stuff is going to happen. And again, like the rating system and the communities that we develop, I think are going to have to be the kind of way that we discern on that, right? And again, I hope we
Yeah.
find lots more ways to do that as well. Like it's going to be really important for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
But I mean, that's like the whole, and I think there's like the pool sniping websites too, where you can see which pools actually show up. Yeah, definitely need alerts somewhere when any token launches. I mean,
Yes, that's something we should have. I think that's important. You should be aware of what's going on, of what will be
right.
released
So
as fast as possible. Yeah.
could we make something that basically like auto hits to like Telegram announcement channel that something's been launched on the site?
Yeah, I think that's something we should create.
That's cool.
And
All right,
yeah,
awesome
yeah,
sauce. All right, good
yeah. I
talk.
think the LaunchBAGZ Telegram. We have a channel for that, so we could have all the announcements there.
Right. Yeah. Especially when somebody like pings and like creates something on the contract. It's just like, oh, hey, somebody's, made it and the fair launch is set for X time, right? Like that, like at each step, if it can sort of
Well,
be.
I I think we have to be really careful with what we include there, because
Okay.
otherwise you will have a lot of noise. For example, if every action that you make there, oh, someone
No.
created
Yeah.
deployed a token contract, now define this, that's too much. So we really need to know what do we want to share with
Yeah.
everybody. And I think that things that are important are IDOs and fair launches.
Right. Yeah. The two main things that like our
Yeah,
people would want to kind of know about or whatever, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So how about this one? So if I go to the site right now, I can't find the Fed shown. Is that because
Yeah.
like there's a way to have it hidden? And should we
I
maybe not do that?
No, I think we should things hidden have things hidden, because what happens is that sometimes you're working on your site and you don't want
Oh,
it to be
yeah.
published if it's a work in progress.
Makes sense.
So that's why you can hide it, and
You can.
that site is hidden, and we're not the creator, so we have to respect
No,
the fact that it's hidden.
that checks out. So go yell at Adrian to make it not hidden. Also, here's the link to it. It does exist and it has all the things on it with
Yeah.
the swap and farms. And here's the thing: like anybody can go on the farms thing and make farms. Oh shit! The low liquidity thing is already on there, dude. Check this
Oh,
out.
really? I haven't seen it yet,
Fucking Jose,
but yeah, this is
what's
something
up?
we discussed in this morning's call.
Well,
So
he's not messing around. I like the threshold is $1,000. So it like if you're not over 1,000 TVL, you're gonna get dinged. That's perfect. This is great. So again,
yeah,
like we're talking about and Waxpaca can kind of deal with this or whatever, but I think it makes a lot of sense to have this as a notice there as well. But again, if you're on the LaunchBAGZ platform, which
yeah,
is what we control and are responsible for, you go to swap it. You're going to find out that the TVL is not very high right here, right on the thing. If it's less than $1,000, you're going to know. And again, like on the rating system, if it's more than 5, you're going to know. If it's more than 10, you're going to know. If it's more than 20, you're going to know, right? Like that. Ultimately, when
yeah,
the rating system starts to evolve, you're going to be able to make a snapshot decision based on a lot more information. But at least now, again, making it as permissionless as we can and maximum freedom or whatever. Like you can fucking launch a shitcoin if you want, but it'll people will know that it's less liquidity. And honestly, some people could have fun with that. I mean, TC had a blast with that last night. So it's and other people did too. Heck, I, got in late last night and I think still did okay, even though I was an hour and a half after everybody else. I definitely needed to pick some up. So yeah, that's amazing. And Jose, huge shout out. Or Max or whoever on the team did this is really amazing.
Yeah, I think that was Max, but I'm not sure. But okay. But yeah, in the end, you can have fun even with low liquidity. The only thing is that you have to be aware and you need to know how big will be the amount that you buy. You won't be able to buy a lot, but you will still be able to have fun.
Yeah. Okay. All questions about that now are gonna have to come after this crazy freaking drop. So the non-season 1 miner drops are, again, what are we on, 8 minutes now? I'm gonna actually pull the thing up here so we can take a look at
7 minutes, 7.5 minutes.
7.5 minutes. What's up?
Yes.
They're very expensive. They're $1.20 worth of ANON, so buy the packs. These are gonna go fast. Which is super duper fun. Claim cooldown's 5 minutes. That's smart. You get 1 miner per pack. These miners are going to be used for season 1 mining on the ANON project. The pack odds: 64% common, 20% uncommon, 10% rare, 4% epic, 2% legendary. So if I buy 10 packs, I'm going to get all commons because my luck is garbage, especially when I'm on stream. That's just me, though. Some people get much luckier than me. So, okay, first chapter unfolds in this enigmatic saga known as Season 1. A 30-day journey awaits these miners. Their destiny intertwined with the ANON project. They stand ready to delve into the depths of the blockchain, seeking treasures untold. But power comes at a cost, and each miner demands a hefty price of $500,000 for enlistment, $1.20. Within every pack lies the chance to claim a miner with odds as mysterious as the group itself. It goes through the odds. Yes, these miners are not mere tools. They are the lifeblood of the ANON project. All miners will be staked to WaxDAO.io, a sacred ground for mining rituals where their true potential will be unleashed. WaxDAO.io does feel like a sacred ground where true... that checks out for me. So this is important. You actually I really like that you did this, ANON. So the common miners with their humble beginnings can yield 600,000 each. Now, 500,000 to buy a pack, 600,000 minimum return. If you're obviously, you have to be staked the whole time, right? But if you're staking the whole time, you got a 20% return. And that's, for anybody that has any questions about it, that's the minimum that you could have gotten from the common miners or the lower power miners. I think they had a funny rating for it or whatever, funny name for it, for the wiener drop, right? So it was and it was actually 20% return. It wasn't intentional that, she set it up there. I was helping her kind of make the math on that stuff. And we just wanted to make sure that no matter what, you did really well. And of course, we had almost 5 billion extra going on top of what people spent on them. So it was going to be good anyway, but it's very, very cool. I really love that he just did the numbers, laid it out there. Now there's no question, right? You get one of these things, your minimum is going to be that. And again, with the transfer fees, it's going to be a little bit less, but it's still, ROI period, which is cool. Anyway, uncommon miners, 750,000. Rare miners are going to be 1 million. And the epic 1.5 million each. And the legendary is 2.25. Each. So that's pretty solid. In total, a grand sum of 184 million tokens will flow through the veins of the ANON project, fueling its growth and unlocking its secrets. The stage is set, the miners are poised, and the journey to the unknown begins. ANON, I know I've told you this before, and I've said it before on the show, but the whole idea that you edit everything to make it this much fun, it's just, I applause. I don't give a shit. It's fucking awesome. It's really fun. So anyway, sale commences in how many minutes? 4 minutes and 10 seconds. Good luck, have fun. And obviously, I want to buy one, so that's a whole thing. Buy one for my brother first, I think. So anyways,
so this is cool.
Yeah, it's fun stuff. Fun stuff.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how many rounds you think it'll go.
I have no clue.
No, neither.
I have no clue, but ANON has a decent number of holders,
That's
so
what I was going to say.
it might go in a couple of rounds, and that's it,
right.
or even a one round. I think this might go in one round.
It could go in one round.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 336 people in the Wax ANON Telegram channel, so that's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, not of course. It's yeah, it's good. And still, we gotta work on that freaking voice changer, man. I'm excited to try and get you on the show. And like eventually we get you like one of those AI face changers too, so you actually like have the mask. And it like have it move your face. Anyway. Am I easily amused? Yes, because I am. Yeah, ANON is not more than 2 or 3. That checks out, right? So you have like 125 people grabbing them. You could get it into for sure. Yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah. Good little snap. Good little snap crack.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess in other news. 2 minutes 20 seconds. That Wuffy Tap bot thing came out, and so I got into it this morning. Apparently, it's supposed to be under maintenance. I got that message.
Now it's already okay, and they already announced that they have 25. They reached 25,000 users today. So basically, one day, 25,000 users. It's insane.
If you like that sort of thing,
yeah,
we should get on that train. Speaking of trains.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. I'm not spasmodically going over there to check it out. That would be weird. I do want to say, as you guys dig into this, I'm sure all of us will at some point. It's the whole Wuffy thing or whatever. What little I saw about it, like it looked very in line with the kind of genre, right? Like it's leaning heavily on that, and I really appreciate that. I mean, I think don't fix what ain't broke. But yeah, it'll be really interesting to dig in. One thing, I've had a couple of people send feedback. You can buy upgrades with TON, and they made a point to mention that all TON is actually all TON that comes in, they're going to use to buy Wuffy off the market and burn it. Which I thought was that's kind of interesting, and really
that's interesting indeed.
It also kind of leaned on to me that like that's what a great way to even have the potential to be going after TON people and or make sure that all of the Wuffy holders etc. have TON wallets, right? Like that you're sort of in that process confirming that people actually have the capacity to flow capital through that, and then Wuffy on TON feels inevitable, right? And then
they already have the bridge to TON. So
okay, never mind. They already do it. Of course they do.
Yep. By the way, 15 seconds to the ANON miners drop.
That's a good catch.
Which should be Remember, guys, there's a delay. So
if you're on the page, you see the clock as well as we do. That's what Bullshit Bulls was talking about as far as like having the countdown, so everybody has the same countdown. I think that's really smart. Like if we know it's going to happen at exactly X time that you're going to hit the toggle button, right? Then everybody can kind of do that together, which I think makes a ton of sense, right? Because I think I waited like 3 and a bit seconds on that last one, but I was still pretty early. And Bullshit Bulls was telling me it was like 8 seconds delay on the video for him or whatever. So that's a good lesson for us because I don't want to snipe any earlier than anybody
already else. 99 only 99 available now.
Okay. So
67 available now. So I think these won't last 2 rounds. If it maybe it will go to the second.
Holy shit.
But that's it.
Did I miss all the things? Geeky, we did have a very good conversation up until now. We're going to have more conversation afterwards. The Fed drop, I mean, you can try and get in as fast as you possibly can. Here's the link again, everybody. The ANON Season 1 miner drop is happening. We figured it would last like 10 minutes. It might last 5 minutes. There's 203 gone already.
28 left. Yeah.
It'll last 2 or 3 rounds, or one.
Yep. Or maybe only one. Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
That is nuts.
Only three remaining, guys. So yeah.
That's crazy. It's done. Is it done? It's
Let
done.
me check. Yep. It's done.
Holy fuck. That's 1 minute.
That was nothing. Yes.
Was the
Congrats,
cooldown
Anon.
was working, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
the cooldown's totally working.
Yeah, the cooldown is working, but yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, this is crazy. This
Anon.
is crazy, guys.
I mean, what can you say about that? Dunzo. Freaking holy camole, Batman. So Anon, if I don't know if you mentioned this or if there's a plan for this, and sorry, I don't know this, so I can tell everybody, but what sort of next steps? I'm gonna get the Telegram for Anon so that you guys can go there and get up to the minute updates no matter what. And then but like when's mining started? Is it planned? That all that shit. Is that already happening?
What are the steps? What do you do with these miners when these start? What do you have to do with your miners? What's the deal here? Are you aware of all of that?
Yeah, so I'm not. That's why I just asked.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, no matter what, go to the Wax Anon Telegram, and then you can get up to date, up to minute information whenever he puts that stuff out. That's gonna be important. But yeah, it's supposed to be on waxedout.io, which is fun because we freaking love those guys.
Yes.
And yep. And then TC's coming in hot with any news on the R1 miners there, buddy?
Not completely. I'm still fine-tuning the numbers because I don't want to make it too easy, but I don't want to make it too hard. So I was working on numbers today. I couldn't spend as much time as I wanted. Today was a crazy morning for me. But sorry for that, guys. I'm really behind on this. But promise that tomorrow we will have that update.
Beautiful. All right, there you go.
Yeah. At least the NFTs for the miners are ready. The art is ready, and I'm just defining what should be the price, a fair price, so that it's not too expensive but not too cheap, and that it makes sense because you will get nice real one rewards.
Nice. Mining will start this weekend. Packet opening starts at midnight tonight.
Okay, cool.
So hey, I'm gonna open my one pack tomorrow on the show. I think we kind of touched on this. I don't know if we landed anywhere. Rez asking, can we get Betsy's with an R1 buy option, pretty please? Is that possible?
Well, we could create another drop for R1, maybe. Yeah, maybe that's an option. I have to check that. As always, my concern there is that the price won't be in sync. But
what if
why not?
What if you made it a little bit more than the normal price and just sent all the R1 back into mining?
Yeah, that's that could be something. Send it back into mining, or maybe incentives for a pool or something. But yeah, we could do something like that. We could definitely do something like that.
That'd be interesting, right? Do you want to give a ballpark? I feel like that's not a great idea.
I think that right now I'm really working with the fine numbers, and it's very risky to give an estimation right now. I was checking the average number of BETSIs per holder and the many things right now. So I still don't know what's the right number. I don't feel comfortable going with that right now.
I think that makes sense. TC, I freaking love you for constantly digging for alpha anyway. Yeah. But could you give me alpha with a lowercase a?
Yeah. The thing is that
Bitcoin's freedom 5-minute cooldown sold out. Did something go wrong? No, it just sold out.
It just sold out.
Yeah. No, the claim cooldown was working. We just had way more people involved than we thought,
Yeah.
which is not a terrible thing.
Yeah.
Could be worse. Could be worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, my one cooldown flipped over now. It's not super helpful.
No, not more. You
Shit,
can
that's funny.
not much you can do now.
Nope. Yeah, that's I'm gonna take a little snapshot of that actually, and bring it over to the fam. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's really crazy. Really crazy.
Yep. Here we go. Boom. All right. Okay, so that's cool. Yeah, no, it's a next drop. I'll make more. So and again, like all this is good data, right? Like, I think, having the expectation that it would go, 2 or 3 rounds, which means like between, sort of 65 to 125 people or accounts taking a thing that made tons of sense to me. Like I was wondering if it was gonna be like 50, not 250. Which is again, it's an awesome problem to have. I mean, again, we're trying to grow all those things. So like this is good news. But yeah. So Dapper, mine is going to start this weekend. Pack opening starts at midnight, and it's waxdao.io. And again, best possible thing to do is to make sure you're in the ANON Telegram channel, which is just Wax Anon Official up here. And then you'll be able to get up to the minute updates and that kind of thing. But yeah, that's a fun little snap right there. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Congrats, the ANON.
Yeah. It's very cool to see. It's very nice seeing all of this going on.
Yeah, I agree. So again, I want to make sure everybody's sort of aware of this if you want to, or if you can. Again, like we're planning on making one of these Telegram apps. We want it to serve our all of the tokens that drop in our ecosystem, and ultimately like all of our partners. We want to make this a thing that sort of grows the ecosystem in a really amazing way, and I think it's going to be really good. So I'm sure everybody's going to get into that Wuffy tab thing. If you have any sort of opinions or thoughts about how any of it works, feel free to DM me or reach out or whatever. Just come and talk to us about like any of that feedback, because that's going to help us build something that's cooler.
Yes.
So that'll be really good. I'm gonna obviously, like, we're all gonna be trying it too or whatever. We'll be making notes for ourselves, but yeah, that would be really, really helpful if you just have any random thoughts or feedback that pops into your head. DM me, send it to the LaunchBAGZ Telegram, whatever it is you want to do. Let us know, because then that'll help us to make something that is cooler and helps us grow this whole thing. Hopefully.
Yes.
So
yeah, for sure.
Fucking A, man. I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. I shouldn't be yawning this freaking early, man. It doesn't make any sense. Boo hiss. More coffee.
More coffee.
I can't even blame my wife. I'm the one who set up the coffee last night. Jesus. For any of you who don't know, my wife makes alarmingly weak coffee. Tell me something you find or want in an app that I haven't heard that's within a basic budget. Driving. Yeah, well, I mean, okay, fine. Scrawn knows everything. We get it. That's the subtext, by the way, of his comment right there. And it's not entirely undeserved, but quite the flex is like, hey, I know literally everything. Why ask anyone else? Got it. For the record, I do ask him all the time, so that's not entirely undeserved.
Yeah.
If a very strong flex, shall we say? It's never dull. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. And again, like joking about it, Scron's looked at 200 of these things already. So it's again.
Yeah.
While funny,
it's a very nice list with all the
100%
with a lot of all these tappers.
I feel like that's some innuendo anyway. I can't predict the price of certain tokens. LOL. I'm so, oh geez, that's a whole thing. I'm not getting involved in any of that shit.
No, better not.
I like turtles.
By the way,
yes.
Yesterday, Wolf made another all-time high.
Did it really?
Yes.
Oh shit!
Absolutely.
All right.
Yesterday, Wolf made another all-time high. That was very nice. Very nice.
That feels not terrible.
Not at all.
Cool.
Not at all. And
what's the market cap on WEF now?
I think it was like 80 million, but I'm not 100% sure. But let me double check that. I can tell you what it is right now.
Flask guy, I appreciate the edit.
Market cap is 108 million.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah, 108 million.
Where's our buddies over at CWIF doing right now? Okay, so Triple B got mad at me for even suggesting that I might use CoinMarketCap the other day. Which one do you guys use these days? I default.
I use CoinGecko.
CoinGecko.
I almost never use CoinMarketCap. I use CoinGecko. I know if that's much better, to be honest, but that's the one I use.
Yeah, CoinGecko was actually the website that I was on when I was catching shit for being on CoinMarketCap. So I feel way better about this now. You know, we live and we learn. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
All right. Where's our buddies? So CWIF right now. I think their market cap went up significantly.
Well, I think everything is going up right now. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a little under 20 million now. I was wrong.
You know, I'm expecting, or at least I'm wishing for a dump today. There's this saying that says Sunday pump, Wednesday dump. I'm waiting for it to be a dump today because I will definitely buy any dip that we see these days. But yeah, I wish it comes. I don't see anything cooling down right now.
Oh, that's why. Yeah, Bobby Young ain't a fish like CZ. Apparently, CZ bought CoinMarketCap, and CZ is a little sus. Which checks out. Thank you for that. I totally forgot about that. Thank you for that. That was why. It wasn't random.
Yeah.
Anyway. So yeah, I mean I think that the Bitcoin situation is going to be, really interesting for the rest of this year. I think the more Ton's trending. What's Toshi? So we're just randomly looking at all these things. Sigh. So the sort of socioeconomic global situation, I think, could have a pretty intense macro effect now on Bitcoin and then the entire market. And again, like I'm still of the opinion, and other people very reasonably could have differing opinions. It's way too close to happening for this to be the bull market. But again, like the bull market's proven me wrong before, so don't write that down. Don't pay attention to it. But I still have a feeling it's going to be next year. But this year could still end up being really, really nuts. Like we could still have a 2x on the high on Bitcoin and it not be the whole bull run yet.
Or it could be the whole bull run and that's it. You never know.
That's exactly right.
You can guess as much as you can, but have certainty.
Yeah, no,
impossible.
I hope I have mentioned my certainty level is like teetering around 51%. Bonk and Dog with Fat. Let's find out. Oh, at the top?
At the top, I don't know.
The top of what? Like their top or the top of last cycle? Because
not last cycle, because those tokens are too new.
Yeah.
So
but I think you were telling me that like Bonk launched like around the top.
I don't know, but I know that that dog we've had, that's something that launched recently.
Their top. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, I think. Let me check. Dog we've had.
So top on Bonk was about 2.7 billion at the top. It actually is gone back up. It was down at 1.5. It's back up to 2 billion now. It's got a very strong. Here, I can just show this to you guys. You guys are not.
Yeah, you know, Dog we've had was listed. Which exchange is this on Binance? It was listed on March of this year, so it's
Oh
really
wow, okay, yeah. Also, I'll check it out for this year. So yeah, that to me again, I always pay attention to the lows, not the highs, and that looks like a pretty interesting trend to me for Bonk.
Yeah.
And DWIF. Boop.
No, it's only
just whiff.
without the D.
Duh. There we go. So, oh my god, $4.5 billion.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
Holy sheep shorts. Now, market cap on Bonk is higher than Dogfat right now. So that's
yes. Right now, Bonk is higher, has a higher market cap.
Interesting.
You know what? One that is very interesting is Pepe. I think Pepe will do very nice this cycle.
Is that on Ethereum? Or where is that?
Pepe is on Ethereum, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Pepe is on
so
Ethereum.
why do you think that?
Because it's basically the meme coin for Ethereum. And even if we think Ethereum is expensive, Ethereum is this, Ethereum is that, Ethereum is still the chain.
There's people that are rich enough where $50 is going to feel the same thing to them as a transaction cost as 50 cents feels to me. So I get it. The top on the Pepe market cap was $7 billion.
$7 billion
dollars, and now it's just jumped up back over 5.
Yeah,
in like a really strong move. It's up like 20% recently.
Yes. So it's really I think that Pepe it's a solid coin.
That's interesting.
I think well.
So Hawk 2 is up 50%. Here's the thing: is there like a team that's dedicated to the rest of their lives to building the Hawk 2 token? No, there isn't. Again, people should prove me wrong, but I sincerely doubt that there is. So the whole idea that like you can have a meme coin that goes out there and it's just a thing. Again, like somebody fucking definitely could prove me wrong on that because I have done zero research on it. I think it's going to be a thing that starts happening. And in some conditions works. Now, is it going to be, and this is where like, the community is either going to kind of take it and run with it or not. Right. But that's like the question. If somebody just launches a token, your meme has to be hyper powerful and very, very energetic to A, get attention in the first place, and B, create a number of people that are going to, scream about it organically to the point where we're actually start, making some ground. Right.
Yeah. But I don't know what this Hawk to where is that trading on Solana?
I think it's Solana, yeah.
And what's the market cap? Can you share the?
Yeah, I can share the screen again.
Let's check it.
The whole idea that this is even a thing is absolutely hilarious. Excuse me. So yeah. Oh, and that's okay. That's just okay. Let's 3 months. Whoo.
Yeah,
it's up a little bit, but it got fucking shot in the face. And here's the thing: like this is to me it's the price chart, but it's also the chart of the attention that the meme has. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Like that's like the meme itself, like the idea that it's passing through the culture, has its initial moment. More people hear about it, has another moment. And then, for most memes, it will generally fade into irrelevance. But like relative irrelevance, the market cap right now is $1 million. Right? Yeah. This is an irrelevant meme now. The market cap is 1.3 or 1.4 million, whatever it is. Oh, it's just $1 million. Anyway, so either way, just $1 million. Okay.
Yeah. The thing is that it's only 1 million. So yeah, of course, if we think about it in terms of LaunchBAGZ meme tokens, so 1 million, it's still a lot, but
yep. And it's, it capped out at 10 million or 12.5 million, whatever it is. Right. So it's obviously it's down a bunch. It's unsold, by the way. Thank you, Rob. Yeah, the memes are doing meme shit. That's for sure. That's for
Yeah,
sure. Yeah.
interesting.
I'm curious to see, what happens. I'm really grateful for Adrian going in and stress testing the system as
Yeah,
quickly as
yeah.
possible. I
That
mean,
was an
okay, so
interesting.
there's a website. Oh, you guys aren't seeing this website. Sorry. My bad. My bad. Hey, they apparently have a Telegram channel. So maybe I am completely wrong. Jesus Christ. All right.
Yeah.
There you go. Booyah. It's a whole thing. It's a vibe. Oh, dude, I wasn't even showing it. Guys,
Nope, you're not showing it.
why are you letting me be so terrible at this? Yeah, so anyway. They're yeah, so the whole non-transfer fee, I mean, that is interesting to some people, obviously less to others. They burned their liquidity pool, contracts are announced. It'd be interesting to see what the liquidity pool started at. Anyways, so yeah.
Yeah, it's
Don't ask why I
interesting.
know. Sometimes you just gotta get on the hawk to it train, apparently. I mean, it'll be interesting now to see, if there is a team, behind it, and I'm just wrong, which is entirely plausible. Then it'll be interesting to see if it sort of has any staying power, And I mean, the community could just keep it alive because it's funny, right?
Yeah.
Now, whether it goes to like 2 million
But
or 1 million, or whether
I
anyone's
think
paying attention to it in 5 years, who knows?
I think it has a team, and I think it has attention. And if you look at that chart and you look at the first 2 months of Pepe or some of these tokens, I bet it's not that different.
That's entirely possible.
Yeah.
So they're
Something that I'm convinced of right now is that without a team, without someone who wants the token to succeed,
yeah,
it's very difficult to make it succeed.
I think it's almost certain that it won't.
Any meme token project that wants to succeed needs to bring in investors, and should bring people who believes in the meme, and that will push it to move forward.
So there's 7,000 members in the Telegram channel.
Yeah.
So that's a whole thing.
Yeah.
All right. We've talked about this before, but this is something I would definitely love to have something like this for the people that drop on our platform.
What is like this?
You'll see
I don't see your like this.
It's just one of the like the buy spots. Like basically, like if somebody buys a certain amount or like a decent amount or whatever, it shows up in the
Oh, yeah.
Especially even like there's, I think, a difference between like new holders and stuff too, which is kind of fun. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
And it had a cool little video attached to it too, which is interesting. Am I easily amused? Yeah, we've established this already. Oh man. So seriously, shout out to Anon for like a killer drop. Was significantly more people involved than we thought there was going to be, which is really, really fun. Good luck to everybody who got in there. I'm gonna save my pack to open till tomorrow during the show. We're gonna have some details on the R1 stuff tomorrow during the show, says Juan, yes. Assuming that that whole stuff works out. And I get it, right? Like we want to make sure that's as tight and as good information as we get before we give anybody any hints. That way, like it sort of just kind of makes a little bit more sense to me. But yeah, and seriously, any other feedback you guys have about the what happened with the Adrian thing? Because again, like anyone can go out and do that right now, and it can be a form of expression.
So,
oh shit, that was funny.
So what I think we
Fed just made another high for real.
Yeah, I bought some.
That's funny. I know. I know. What's this pickle? Bullshit was saying he bought some this morning. Hey, here's the thing. I bought some. I want to own it. Not a Lambo for all. Oh shit, that's funny. All right, so I'm gonna run through the Wax on Edge analytics here real quick. R1 still number 7. Nifty, of course, is still strongly in the top 10. Chad's back in the top 10. So congrats to those guys. Again, like definitely a team to watch if you want to pay attention to how all this stuff works. Anon is number 12, which is fantastic. Yeah, AI God and Wiener are actually in the top 30 now. Because I know they want to get them doing more. And by the way, like we are starting that the little token creator call tonight. I'm gonna be chatting with everybody and going over ideas.
Yeah, that's really good. I won't be able to assist.
Like yeah. Next one. I was talking to Dennis about it too. I think doing one a little bit earlier, and then I think it was only Megan that needed it to be in the evening, but she can watch and I can spend some time with her or whatever. Anyway, just because she's friends with me. So cool beans. So yeah,
cool.
Where I was trying to see where I wanted to see where the Fed was. I thought it would be higher up, but apparently it's not.
No, because I think it's as the liquidity is too low.
It doesn't even show it.
Well,
that's good.
It's not that it doesn't even show it. It will be really. I don't know. The trading volume has to be very low. Let me search for it. Yeah, Fed is here. The rank is 1030.
Holy fuck balls! All right, is that just because the TVL is really low?
It's not only the TVL, the trading volume. It's
the trading volume.
I told you, you cannot buy more than $10, $5, a couple of bucks worth of Fed because just look at that. Buy $2 and you will see another huge candle there. So
that's funny.
17x. TC is up 17x, of course.
Yeah, right. Well, and this is sort of the thing, right? And this is like there's TC's up 17x. And this is like the reason. I think the reason why some people find these very low liquidity things so interesting is like it really is. The more people that decide to get in, the people that are early do absurdly well, right? And so you want to be early on this stuff, and it sort of becomes a thing. And then it becomes like a how early are you, how much attention over time, and but yeah, that's a new high, rock and roll. And so like the fact that there's lower liquidity now, the more people buy, the higher liquidity could get. Yeah. The entire fully diluted market cap is just about $2,000.
Yeah, that's the point.
So, and this to me is like that sort of, I think, should just put everything in perspective, right? Because it is what it is. He went and he dropped something, and it was fun, and it all happened, and now it's a thing that exists. And I can't wait for the Fed to get into the top 100. Hopefully someday. Well, and this is the other thing too. Like the people that have the majority of the tokens, because Adrian doesn't, right? To the best of my knowledge,
I don't think so. Yeah,
can start to create more liquidity, right? Like if TC or Red or whatever, I think I have like $50 worth of it or whatever. Like we can actually create some liquidity and create some stuff around it if we want to. And see if we can't push it up as a community if we feel like it. Again, that becomes like an attention over time thing. But it's the first one ever on the platform is pretty fun. It's at 1,000. That's funny. All right, rock and roll.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is crazy. It is crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, happy Wednesday. Anon drop, crush it. The freaking Fed is a thing that exists now, and I'm frankly pretty excited about it. If anybody wants to see it on the website, if Adrian's down with it, tell him to click on the freaking hidden button, and that stuff will go public. unless he's hiding it because he's doing some secret shit on it or something, which I doubt. Just saying words. Yeah, and if you can, please give us feedback on the Wafty thing, kind of your any impressions you guys get from it or whatever. Yeah, Red was a good time at TG. Like I couldn't hang out as much as I wanted to, but it did. It looked like it was a blast. Like people were having a good time.
Yeah. And I was chatting with Adrian, and I didn't realize what was going on directly on.
Oh, you were still up?
Yeah. But because he was asking me about, dude, I did this and did that, and it's not working, and I wasn't getting it. I was like, how can this not work? We already tested it, and I only realized it was a different contract this morning. So yeah.
Hey, this is what stress tests are for.
Yeah.
So that's fun. All right, guys. So tomorrow we'll have some more news on the R1 stuff. I'm gonna send some links out and get some more guests soon. I mean, luckily, like we've had enough news to just sort of keep things busy anyway, which is kind of fun.
Yeah, but what we need now is we need to find the next token.
Yeah,
who is going to be the next token?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Did a small pump. Yeah.
Who's gonna be that next token, guys?
We need the Dutch token. What does that mean?
The Dutch token?
What would that be?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. You can only save and never.
I mean, we kind of accidentally almost did that already. So, oops.
I think we did that already with which token was that? With ANON.
Yeah, it was
yes,
ANON.
ANON was buy only, right?
It was buy only for the first 5 or 10 minutes. Oopsie daisies.
Yeah. That's cool.
Indeed. Yeah, it's I'm looking forward to whatever happens next. It's really fun that it's just sort of this thing that, we can get surprised by now, which is I think only going to happen more. So we'll have to see. We'll have to find out. Yeah, I mean, buy a little bit or buy whatever, but I think for me owning a little bit of the Fed feels a tad historic, frankly.
Oh,
now,
yes.
Is that ridiculous of me? Probably, but it's the first token ever on the platform. It's the whole thing.
Yes, that's nice.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I like it. I like it, guys.
All right, guys, let's call it. Juan, is there anything else you want to share with people before we jet?
No.
All right.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Here comes the thing.
20x now. Come on.
See, and this is the thing. If anyone has a vested interest to do little things to make this do better, like the people that buy it in the first couple seconds, right? Like, to whatever extent you want to, you can dump on it or you can own it, right? Like that's just a real thing now. People are going to be able to do whatever the hell they want, right? And that's why it just brings back into focus. Like some teams are going to be, doing that for fun and for the right reasons, and some teams might not. And we need the rating system, and it'll be out there, and we'll make it as good as we can, and it will only get better. So, cheers, do the thing, let's get the hell out of here. Booyah. Yeah.